Thanks for joining me for the third of our series of videos dealing with the issue of mild traumatic brain injury or concussion. It'd be a good idea to go back and have a look at my two previous videos if you haven't seen them yet. They'll give you some context for the subject of what we're going to discuss today, diagnosis of a mild traumatic brain injury. How does a doctor diagnose mild traumatic brain injury? Well, it starts with taking a detailed history. For our purposes, we're talking about a car accident. So a doctor is going to want to get all the details of the accident, the force of the accident, the position of the person's head, and how their head moved in the accident. Did it strike something? Was it whipped back and forth? This is all very important to arriving at a diagnosis as to whether or not someone suffered a concussion or mild traumatic brain injury. The next area of examination, or the next thing that a doctor is going to do, is to conduct a neurological examination. The doctor is going to test balance, coordination, hearing, memory, reflexes, and vision. And the doctor is going to determine whether the results of that testing is normal or whether there's a problem on one of those fronts. And if the doctor has concerns, then the next step would probably be a CT scan. A CT scan is a piece of technology, radiological technology, that gives an image of the brain to determine whether something is wrong on the inside of the brain. So if there's a concern, often a doctor will hold the person for observation overnight in a hospital so that medical staff can keep a tight eye on them, or perhaps release them in the care of a family member or friend, but ensure that that family member or friend keeps a tight eye on the person who may have suffered a mild traumatic brain injury, waking them up over the course of the next 24 hours to ensure that they're conscious. So there you have it, the diagnosis of a mild traumatic brain injury. Remember, this is a serious condition. It needs to be treated seriously. The good news is that the majority of people who sustain a mild traumatic brain injury do make a good recovery if they get the appropriate treatment.